Good morning, Brew Crew. Happy November 7th. Happy day it is. Happy days are here again. Morning, everyone. Hope we're all doing good. See who we got in this chat this morning. To the top last night. We got the train freak gets the cookies, apparently. Trump train, the U.S. I would take that ride. Absolutely. Absolutely, baby. Trump train. Love the shirt. It is a good day. A good day for America. Thomas's Trains. Good morning, sir. Hey, Curly. Try goggling, Pappy. Now we unburdened by what has been. I love that, man. Unburdened by what has been. Because, I'm just from a middle-class family. I'm a small town. Oh, man. Overwhelming FU is what they got the other night. Love it. Joe Raider, sorry, gonna miss the show today. Outside work calling on a beautiful day. Yeah. I gotta get out there today and do that myself. It was pretty windy here. Actually, Tuesday. Winds of change were blowing in. Sorry, guys. I know I don't usually get like that on this show, but I'm just beyond happy. Beyond. Morning, Lee. Yeah, like Thomas says, Joe, you can watch the replay, man. I seen it. It was up there. I don't think I clicked on it, but there you go, Jason. How are you, buddy? Thomas, like I said, I'm beyond happy, man. And I got some adults back in the White House. We just got to get them there now. Alive. God only knows what they'll do now. John Skokill, good morning, sir. Good to see you. Andy, how are you? Stand by. Sorry about that. I'm trying to test run these. Picked up a few of those Walther's mainline 72-foot reefers. These are the ones I pre-ordered on the first run that the shop I pre-ordered from. Apparently never got them in stock. Never contacted me about them. When I contacted them, they said that they didn't get them from Walther's apparently. So it would have been nice for them to let me know that, but customer service is a novel idea. So these I ordered directly from Walther's. There's the second run of them. They're nice. But I took them right out of the box, put them on the track. I might have to take and put them on the. Usually I put them on the test track first, just to make sure all the coupler heights are right and trip pins aren't hanging up on anything. So we'll see. Let's see. John Manecki, how are you, sir? Good to have you in. Cowboy Steve, buddy. Morning. Thanks, Jason. Me too, man. Man, I don't know. My wife got it for me. I don't know when she got it, even if it was last Christmas, maybe, or Father's Day. It might have been like off one of those Facebook like ads. Sometimes you can they have different shirts and stuff. Great day, Sandy. Should be returned. Yes, sir. It was awesome. Again, I know I try not to get political on this side. I think most of you guys, well, obviously you guys know my leanings. But yeah, I was up. I would not. I refused to go to bed until he said his speech because, when they stole this thing in 2020, and I firmly believe it was a stolen election. And you could argue with me if you want. I won't even entertain it. I think it was all a bunch of shit because of COVID. Well, we all went to bed and things were looking good and all that. Nope. So I refused to go to bed till I actually got the results. Damn it. See there. Tom's in this layout. Good morning. Jason says it's too wet to do work in Arkansas. 3 straight days of rain. Oh, these are soaked. Yeah, I don't mind if they get a little bit wet. Sometimes it's a little bit easier because they're not blowing all over the place when you're trying to blow them or rake them, but not like super wet. So they finally picked up my last pile off the curb. The city did. So then, like I said, Tuesday, when the winds of change blew in by the grace of God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so happy. He's not perfect. We know he's not perfect, but my God, he's so much better than the alternative we've been living under, this opposite world, crazy world. Most of the leaves are off the trees now. So, yeah, sure, Scott, that sure as hell is. So I think I should be able to get them raked up today. I think it's supposed to rain Sunday, so either today or Saturday. So I like to watch college football on Saturday, so I don't really want to be out there sweating my ass off, raking leaves. A combination of blow them and rake them. Like the backyard, I usually blow them into a pile, rake them on a tarp, and drag it up to the curb. Good morning, Wesley. Doing great, buddy. Doing great. Let's see here. These guys all saying hello to each other. Got my latest rough any video and got flagged for copyright on some music I've been using for over two. They did that to me too. If you guys remember back, I think it was probably before it became monetized. So it's been a couple years ago. I had like an intro video, it showed like just different shots of the layout and some rail fanning things. It was a kind of a nice intro. Most people don't watch an intro anyways. Like maybe we'll watch it the first time and then they won't watch it much after that. But I had the same music and it was from, I guess it was from iMovie. It wasn't from YouTube that I got the music for it, and yeah, then all of a sudden they copyrighted me on all these videos because of the music. Excuse me. So, what the heck's that about? And nothing to say about it before that. I think it was after I became monetized. All of a sudden I had a problem with it. Let's see, is this I don't know who this is made by, Jason. I thought maybe I would say something on the sleeve, but it doesn't. Hey guys, if you get a chance to hit the like button, I appreciate that. Hey Kyle, did you finally get that stuff straightened out? with your locomotives and that? Hey, Dave, up to 4:30. I was up to 3:30, I think. Well, whenever his speech ended, because he came on like 3 o'clock or something, and I actually took off the first half of the day yesterday from work, just because I didn't get any sleep. I mean, I looked pretty good, around midnight or so, but like I said, I just didn't want to trust it. Stand by. That was odd. I thought something came off the track. Sounded like it, but I don't see anything off. Might be a good thing. Yeah, Steve, no doubt. And after the initial being super upset over not even that they lost in 2020 so much as the fact that it was too fishy to me. And I was more mad about how at least half of the country felt that they were robbed, you know, and things have somewhat come out that it's been proven, at least to a point. But honestly, sucks we had to live under this shit. But I think they really exposed their true selves, the Democrat of peace, love, and inclusion. As long as you think like them and believe in what they say and don't question anything, and they accept you. Because now Trump has taken the Republican Party, and this is all my opinion, guys. And you could click out of here if you don't want to hear this. It's fine. I won't be offended. I understand. But he has truly opened that umbrella and brought in multiple other groups. I mean, come on. A Kennedy supporting a Republican? Are you out of your mind? It's unheard of. So that party has gotten so bad you lost to freaking Kennedy? That's nuts. And then like Tulsi Gabbard literally switched her affiliation to become Republican. I feel like the Republican Party has now become what the Democrat Party used to be. Party of the working people, multinational, multiracial, the true party of inclusion. Is it perfect? No. I mean, you're never going to make everybody happy. We all know that. We're not stupid. But I feel like it's become the American Party, the America First Party. At first I thought that Trump should run and like run as his own third party, like start a different party altogether. But it's so hard to do that. You see all these independents that, the Green Party and all that kind of stuff, and they never get anywhere. They get no traction because it's such a two-party system. So, anyways, I think because of what's happened and how far they've overplayed their hand, if they would have just won and just did a normal Democrat versus Republican kind of an administration, I don't know that it would have went this way. Yeah, we would have been happy about a lot of things, but just the way that it went so far, like economy went to shit, the open borders, this whole trans thing, men and women's sports. I mean, it's overplayed their hand so far. You give them an inch, they take a mile kind of scenario that I think people are just like, whoa, you gotta slow your roll here. What's going on? They don't recognize our country anymore. Went over the past 3 days, took care of the last of my leaves. Yep, that's same here. House hasn't been decided, but it looks to be going to the right. Yeah, I know there's still a few of those out there. It's lucky, Dave. What's lucky? Oh, they fall that Dave. Most of the leaves fall, blow into the neighbor's property. Not monetized, so it's not big. Sorry, man, choking to death. The, Jesus, I'm sorry, guys. Put a bunch into mulch earlier, so we didn't have much left. Yeah. Like early in the season, I can just mow over them and mulch them, but I got like 2 80-foot trees in my house, and they just drop a ton of leaves. Editing software I use has copyright-free music, but now I see this particular song isn't on the list anymore. Oh, well, that's true too. That's probably what happened with the song I was using. Maybe it got, and once I got monetized, then they wanted a little bit of that, which, when are you going to take a half of my penny? So whatever. I mean, I get it if it's somebody has millions of followers or hundreds of thousands of followers and a million views and all that. I can understand it'd be a nice little chunk of money, but I guess if you take a little bit from this little pittance and that pittance, and I guess it all adds up. Still up at 7:30 next morning. Dogs still need to go out and get and eat. Yeah, no, I was too. Honestly, I forgot to shut my alarms off. I called off the night before in anticipation of being up, and then I never shut my alarm off, so it still went off at 4:30 or 4 o'clock. So, no, I lied. 5:30. Yeah, because it was a late start day. Anyways, got hit with 4 copyright claims on my live stream last night for posting some Trump videos. You know what? F them. That's another thing. Like I said, if you don't agree with them or they don't like your message, you'd have posted a Harris video, you probably would have been okay, Tom. And that's the bullshit double standard. And that's the stuff people are just sick and tired of. Even if you don't like Trump, people are just sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of the bullshit. Good morning, everybody. It's good morning. Just hit 1,000. Oh, congratulations. Beautiful day. Heading out to my deer hunting property for a few hours. Well, good luck. Good luck, man. Stay safe out there. Stay warm. And congratulations. For those of you that are not subscribed, go subscribe. Get them a little more than 1,000. I know I'm way behind here. Yeah, this was a soft strike. Got the copyright protected content found. The owner allowed the content to be used. Yeah. You can either do that, or what I ended up doing was I just muted the music in that, in certain parts of it, so it wasn't playing in full. And then they let it go with that. But I just ended up dropping that altogether. It was I don't know, 50 seconds long or something, the intro. I liked it, but, common sense making a comeback. I hope so. And they were talking about how, it was all about abortion on their end and, Trump is Hitler. And that kind of shit's not something to joke about. Calling somebody that used to be a serious thing. I don't know how many Jews voted for him, and you start calling people that. Because then what you do is just like any other calling somebody racist. The more you just throw it out there for everything, the less it means. The less meaning the word has. So, you can't just throw that shit at people when there's no proof of it. And that's the thing. He was already president. We saw what he did. He did none of these things they're accusing him of doing. Yeah. I think it's funny that Jack Smith has already had to resign, or they're letting him go or whatever, dropping all of his bullshit cases against Trump. Teflon Don, man. That's Don Gotti. Trump. You don't mess with a New Yorker, man. They're tough as nails, and that guy's not no dummy. Not the 2 OG Tsunami 1s. I'm still going to upgrade. Yeah, that's a good idea. Already selected a decoder for all my GP20 or 40-2s. I'll probably send the scale trains out to the holiday so it doesn't get lost. Send it. It won't get lost. If it is under warranty, Kyle, send the damn thing back. You just got them. Send it back. Why should you be without it till after the holidays? Worst case, they reprogram. I sent 6 locomotives back, and I think 3 of them had LED issues. Even though I tried reprogramming them here, if you don't have an ESU programmer, it's hard to do, and I don't have mine right now. I lent it out. And so 3 of those 6 were simple reprograms to get the LEDs working again. I know you're not having an LED issue, but that's all it was. Simple reprogram of the decoder. Now, 2 of them were boards. No, one of them was wheels. I had flat spots. I must have been dragging it or something, not realizing it. And then I did a video on it. And then one of the new ones I'd gotten was a motor and a board. And the other one was a newer one that was a board. So those 2 were under warranty. The other 4 weren't under warranty, but they didn't charge me. They reprogrammed them, and then they replaced the wheels on the 911 unit, and they didn't charge me for that either. So send the damn thing back. Seriously, Kyle. They're pretty quick about it. They said it was going to be like an 8-week turnaround. And I think they ended up finally getting another person in there to do some work. And I got them back in like 5 weeks or something. So especially if you want them back anytime soon, I would definitely call them, at least see what the turnaround is, and send the damn things back. Anyways, my opinion, first thing that needs to be fixed in this country is the news reporting. Yeah. No, the news is dangerous. News is dangerous. It's literally the 4th branch of government. And if you can't get honest news, they're not opinion pages. These are news sites and news pages. They're supposed to be non-biased. If you go on like a show that's not the evening news type show, not billed as the news, that's different. Then you're going to get opinion. But you know that going in. And then you could tell which way they lean just by who they are. Hey, Rick. Good job, Michigan. Never ever rooted for Michigan so hard in my life. Way to pull that out. Way to go, Red, man. All you union guys up there, you know. I thought Captor was finally gone, but now I don't know. What is Captor? Not sure what that is. Again, Kyle, I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to yell at you. I'm just kind of excited over everything, and I'm just like, if it were me, I would just send it back. Drop it in the mail, cost you $15-20. I added some insurance while I was sending 6 locomotives, so it cost me closer to $50 to ship it back. So it cost me $50 to fix those locomotives, 6 locomotives. Not bad. They didn't charge shipping on the way back. I only did that because I had how much in locomotives? Almost $2,000 in locomotives going out the door. So I added the extra insurance. If you're only sending 1 locomotive, I think it covers up to $500 or something like that. So you'd be fine. So it'd be probably what's the flat rate on a large box now? $15 to send it back on a large USPS box. It's not news if they don't tell you about it. That was the way it was back then. Sounds like a Walter Concrete, something he would say. But that's the problem. They control the narrative in the media. And thank God for Elon Musk buying X. Because if it wasn't for that, you would never got the X-Files. You would never got to see all this stuff. See how the government, was being very shady about stuff. I say it was like it's not doing it still. But they're not going to change. They're going to keep after doing their stupid shit. Look at everything, the news media outlets, both sides, distort what is actually said and what happens to make it align with their agenda. I'm sure, both sides. But here again, if it's supposed to be news, you turn on your evening news. Joe Smith down the street had a party. Party got out of control. Police were called. That's news. Listen, you didn't say Joe Smith was a right-wing piece of shit and threw a Trump rally party, and you know what I mean. You didn't throw opinions about Joe Smith in there. You just said Joe Smith did this. Police came and did that. You know, that's news. They don't do it like that a lot of times anymore. They throw their spin on it to give you an opinion on Joe Smith. To think, okay, well he's an uneducated white hillbilly, probably a Trump supporter and this and that, because that's what they bill him as, you know, and that's what they keep pushing. So, anyways, I disputed the claims with this content was made available for commentary and educational purposes as provided by the. Yeah. I wonder if they'll what they'll say. You gotta let us know. Hey, Grandpa Rails. Good morning, sir. Sorry if I missed you. I know, shocker, I'm behind. Steve Childers. Good morning, sir. Try to kind of Tom Stranger. Oh, you don't have a wrench? Let me sorry, Tom, let me go see. Thanks for the heads up. You guys like that that thumbnail over there? All right, Tom. Got you a wrench there, buddy. Sorry about that. I didn't know you didn't have one. Morning, James. Conjunction. That was a nice update you did on your layout last week or whatever it was. Moving right along, man. Yeah. I mean, they lie right to your face. You know, you see it with your own eyes and they tell you didn't see what you saw. Great Buckeye and Western Railroad. Good morning from Toledo. All right, Toledo. Went to school there 1 year. University of Toledo. 89 to 90. Didn't work out so good for me there. Yeah, at least we do not have to spend taxpayer dollars to change the color of coffee cup lids. Yeah. Oh, man. I think my wife just showed me something. Now, I don't know if it was real news or who knows, that Hamas is already talking about sitting down to have talks to end the war over there. Again, I don't know. She said it was from, I don't remember what source she said it was from, but it was a legitimate source. It wasn't like one of these, you know, Joe Smith on the internet has his own little podcast that he does that doesn't mean shit, you know. It was from a news source. I'm sure they have a lot of warning problems with scale trains. I don't have any warning problems. They had a run of decoders from what I heard. I don't hear it from them because I asked the guy about it and he was like, "Oh no." But I've heard it from a lot of guys. That one run that I got those AC 4400s on, they had some ESU decoder problems. They got a bad batch or some of decoders. So that's why they were so far behind. They got in the scale train Facebook groups. So, but the warranty departments, I mean, they, as far as that goes, I know what you mean by that, but I'm saying their customer service and stuff is great. I mean, I've never had an issue with them as far as getting something fixed, replaced, you know, that type of thing. Of course, I can say that about Walters too. I've had a good run with Walters customer service as well. Hathorn is a whole nother story. I buy old used stuff, no warranty problems or decisions to worry about. Yeah. I usually, if I'm gonna, I don't know, I bought some used stuff too and upgraded it with the new decoder and all that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. Great Buckeye West. Well, everybody, I do have a discount code with Train Freak Hobbies. It's Crooked Savings. It's 10% discount on decoder installs, track planning, that kind of thing. So that's for those who don't know, that's the Train Freak, Jason, who's in the chat here. So anybody interested in having him install a decoder for you, reach out to him. His email and that is in the chat or in his channel. If you want to post it up, Jason, you can. I know I'm way behind, but exactly, Dave. Exactly. And that's part of the problem. That's why they're so easily led astray. Yeah. I remember him as a kid. You know, as a kid, I didn't watch a lot of news, but I know my mom and family and stuff watched him pretty religiously, you know. Exactly, Steve. Exactly. And even in the newspaper, you'd have like an opinion page, you know, and you kind of knew who the different writers were. This one leans left, this one leans right, so on and so forth. This one's pretty non-political or, you know, whatever, non-biased. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to like yell at you to go do that, you know, but how would you go do that? You must get it back to them. The sooner they get it and fix it, the better you get it back. Might be a simple reprogramming thing, and it's just with those ESU decoders, man, if you don't have the programmer, it's hard to do. Somebody I heard from first thing on Wednesday morning, my buddy Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt. Both of us celebrating. Good morning, Anthony. One of many people I heard from. I had a couple of people at work because, like I said, I took the morning off at work, and the one guy comes up to me when I got there. I got in around noon, and he's like, "Dude, I was so mad at you. Where were you? I couldn't wait to celebrate with you, and you weren't here." Like, dude, I couldn't wake up. I was too tired. So it was good. It was a good day. Good times. Hopefully, it'll be even better times. I'm sure they're already going to start their boat. That's the important thing. Yeah, it was. Well, you got an asshole for a governor up there too. That don't help any. Joe was a good guy despite killing someone. I don't know what that means. I lost 75 then the liberal subscribers for posting a video about voting for Trump. But they're so inclusive, man. Come on, Tom. Peace, love, joy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. I think he won those states. So he won Michigan. He won Wisconsin. I don't know about the. I think it's still too close to call on the Senate races there, though. I don't know if they finally called him or not. Oh, Joe, you're talking about that? No, Jesus Christ. Sorry, Steve. I forgot about my Joe Smith analogy. It was the liberal across the street called on Joe. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. The garbage took out the trash. Hi, Adrian. I just do local news, weather, and local. The big news centers are biased. Yeah, I mean, it don't matter because Fox even used to be a pretty reliable right-leaning source, and they're not even. They're just corporate. It's all corporate. It's all corporate media. They're all bought and paid for, man. So it don't matter. I mean, Fox is not that much different from watching MSNBC or the Clinton News Network. MSDNC, sorry, as Trump called them in his speech. Shit's hilarious, man. Tom, that's just a number anyways. For those less than 1K, I get it, but now it's like, who cares? Yeah. Got the skinned after thin skinned, yeah. We knew what you meant, though. Yeah, man. good luck. Go get some. Be safe. And heck yeah. Oh, I came home last night. The friggin' family had deer in my front yard. And I walk right by them. I mean, within literal feet of them. And they don't move. They don't care. They look at you like, hey, how's it going, buddy? Welcome home. You're like, what the hell, man? Carrying down the block. So, Twisted MacGyver Trains. Good morning. Good morning, good day. Let's see if I can get Adrian. I got to get moving on this. So far behind on this chat. All right, Adrian, I gave you a wrench there, buddy. It allows you to go and click on other people in the chat and go check out their channels if you want to. Arizona State University had issues with the coders. I thought that said voting machines. What the hell I got that from? ESU, you mean, yeah. Something to the phrase, peace through strength. Absolutely. Speak softly, carry a big stick. Of course, the Don doesn't speak softly. No, it is probably a downfall of his, and that's why some people don't like him, because he kind of just says says it how he feels it is. And, it's just, you don't like it, then tough. He don't like to lose, and we need a winner in this country right now. The world has no respect or fear for us at the moment. Yeah, you're an older era. You're kind of real specific. So kind of hard for you to get stuff, unless you buy something that's, especially like in your road name, you almost have to buy undecorated or stuff. And in your era, I don't think they really patched out things much, right? Like I could buy something a little bit in a different like road name or even a little bit older of an era and patch it out and use it as a switcher out of an industry or something, make it believable. Patch it out for my company, my CR&E name. And go there, you'll be in a little short line, use the switch around in the yard or one of these industries or, something like that. I'll be ordering an ESU decoder this morning. I haven't ever got a bad one. I've fried one before, though. Yeah. Well, I think we've all fried a decoder. Unfortunately, it's not that hard to do. Hey, Freddie. Hey, Freddie. Jason, what do you charge for decoder installs? I think if you email him and talk to him, he'll get you some prices and all that. And like I said, use that code. It's 10% off on the install. And his prices on the actual decoders they're right there with everybody else. So you're not going to go wrong even if you buy the decoder from him. He carries all that stuff. Everything that's soundtracks, decoders, among other things. But like you say, he just installed that Blue Nami. So at least hit him up. Worst you could do is it's not what you want, and you tell him no. He's working now on doing some readjustments on my track plan up top. So even something like that, if you don't have to plan it, you can already have a layout in progress, and ask him to take a look at it. I mean, you're going to pay a little bit. He's not unreasonable by any means, but you could use the code for that. Interested in people's thoughts on Woodlick Scenics just plug lighting. Bought enough components to do my maintenance area. I'll be posting a video later. Not sure if I want to continue with it. I don't use it, but that's just because of cost. I felt like it was kind of expensive. But I've heard good things about it. That It's pretty simple to use and all that kind of stuff. I don't think I've ever seen a negative video on anybody that's used it, but I don't use it um, just by choice, not because they're bad or anything. Oklahoma's such a red state that the dirt is even red, huh? Well, you moved from a red state too. And how can one state like Florida, huge population, 2 hours, done, counted over, you know what I mean? And you still got freaking Arizona over here days later. They're talking about it might be 2 weeks before they finally finish. I mean, how does that even happen? I mean, what the hell? When did that kind of shit start? 52 representatives in the Senate, 44 Dems, Arizona, Nevada still counting. Exactly. What about the House, Tom? What are you hearing about the House? We're going to keep it? I'm hoping. Peanut the squirrel. But that was weird, man, right? Hey, Dave. Carolina Foothills. Carolinas came through for us too, man. Virginia was close. New Jersey was close. It was only like 4 or 5 points, believe it or not. And even that, all the blue states up in the Northeast, they all moved more red. You know, I mean, yeah, they've still won blue, but like the gap with her was way less than it's been, even with Biden in 2020. So that's kind of promising. I think they ought to maybe concentrate a little bit. There's a few states. I think Connecticut was one that was kind of close for that area. I mean, under double digits, anyways. Even New York City. You know, New Hampshire was looking a little close there for a while. Well, there you go, Buckeye and Western. So, always interested in your opinion, Train Freak. Jason's very knowledgeable on a lot of things, especially when it comes to this kind of stuff. So, yeah. I'm saying I should feed them. I don't want them in my yard. I want them to get the hell out of my yard. They keep eating all my damn plants. Go to the neighbor's house and eat. Damn it. It's in a charity. Proceed very cautiously when discussing politics. I highly recommend you do not discuss politics if you care about your subs. Just a heads up. Yeah, well, I do, but you know what? I'm going to celebrate today. It was a good day, and it deserves some celebration. And if people don't like it, I'm sorry if I offend you, but I'm not sorry if I offend you. You know, I know what you're saying. I agree. I don't usually talk politics on this channel. Most of you guys know that, even though it's kind of a, hey, let's just hang out at the coffee shop and shoot the shit, right? Talk about trains. But today I feel like it's warranted to throw a few things in here and there. It was 4 years of hell. And we were expected just to sit down and shut up and take it. Well, fuck that. I'm done with that. Throw a little Jim Tedesco in there. Damn it. Anyhow. But I understand what you're saying, and usually I don't. I make it a point to not to talk politics here. Yeah, did you see the map where it was, I don't know if it was CNN or Jake Tapper, whatever channel that Knucklehead's on, but they were showing the map, and it said, he was showing the map of how many counties did she do better than Biden. The map was blank. She didn't do better than Biden in 2020 in any county out of this, 7,000 counties in this country. There was not one county. That says a lot, man. She was a horrible candidate. But she couldn't answer a question. Let's see, Great Buckeye Western Railroad. Myself, I like the Menard buildings. Menard has some nice buildings. And they're lit and everything. And then one thing I don't like is they have that plug in the back of them for the DC plug. Wish they would hide that better, like underneath it or something. I guess it'd be hard to sit it down if it's underneath, like just lay it flat. But other than drilling a hole through the bench work, which is what most of us do anyways, I think. Their Buck and Western, I no longer use it because I'm doing something more advanced, but I use their lights. Great product, easy to use. Found a way to expand on it. Yeah. He's O scale. Rick's O scale. But they have good HO scale stuff too. It's all the same buildings really, but it's just HO or O. They have some. I think the O scale is. I think they do more with O scale than HO, but I could be wrong. So I am no electrician, but I am a common sense wiring type of guy. It did well for all the components except the gooseneck wall lights. The wires are so thin. Yeah. Yeah, and then you get those, what is that? They're almost like they look metal, like there's a silver and a bronze, copper or whatever, and they're so hard to get the coating off of them, and they're so thin. Yes, I agree with that, Steve. I agree with that statement. Okay, Curly, to the point. Yeah, I got a haircut, actually, now you mentioned it. I got a haircut, finally. Hair looking like a bum on at 11, so I can't stay too long on this either. Yeah, Rick's up in Monroe. Just look for all the weed stores. Rick lives right up the street from like 17 of them. It'd be great if he smoked, but I don't think he does. He wouldn't have to go far. Perfect, Jason. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're coming up with. See, since he went to LCC, I'm using Logic Rails EFX16. That uses the Just Plug lights to do my lighting. Sold off my Just Plug light controllers because I wanted more automation. Just Plug is very simple. That's what I think it's meant to be. A very simple system simple Just Plug and play. Bam, plug it in the wall, plug your shit into the hubs. You can add hubs to the original hub, I think. I had to make coffee some behind now, but I can watch it at 1.5 speed. You're probably caught up more than I am. This is 206 to 191. Need 218 for the majority, yeah. It'd be great if we can hold that too, so they don't start their impeachment bullshit on day one, you know. So I'm sure that's going to happen. And that, between that and not wanting to certify. That's all right, John. I know you're not a big fan of the political talk either, so sorry about that today. Thanks for popping in anyways. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. We will hopefully catch you next week. See, they didn't finish, Dave. Florida and others look at individual counties and their trends, especially as how they voted in the past. The statisticians earn their money on election nights. Yeah. Oh, so they didn't finish in 2 hours, or just more or less the way it was looking. Well, hey, at least Fox didn't call Arizona at 7:05 when they closed. Dave, Carolina Foothills showed me a different lighting option, very similar to Woodland Scenic Just Plug, easy to use, less expensive. Can't remember the name. I use something from, there's a We Honest system, and then there's this one I order from sometimes, it's called Fun Trying or something. It's a weird word. They're both from China, but it's very similar premise to the Just Plug system, and it's definitely cheaper cost-wise. 40 races still in the house to be decided. Electronics is your favorites. Scenery. Yeah, I like scenery better than electronics. Good, my mother's. I see deer, turkeys, coyotes, and all the rest of the critters. Well, Rick, I live in a similar type house neighborhood where my houses are close, those suburban house where, same as you, You haven't been to my house, have you? No, you haven't been over here yet. I'm gonna get you over here. Small house. They're all close together. Small lots. I think my lot is, I don't know, 45 by 120, 130. Very small. That's plenty for me. I do wish I had a little bit more space between the houses and the neighbors. I got pretty good neighbors though, so right now it's not bad. Jason, bench working electrical for me. Can't see good anymore for electronics. Yeah, it makes it tough, man. I'm starting to feel like that myself. I could add bench work to mine too, but building bench work tables for a local. I was so glad to be done with bench work. I don't hate it, but it's like, oh man, when are these done? When am I gonna be done with bench work? Holy mackerel! Yeah, I don't have. I mean, I'm on Rumble, but I don't have a page or anything there. Like I said, I don't usually, at least not this much. I may make a comment here or there, but I don't really go as hard as I am right now today, and that's just my excitement. And so again, I apologize to those who are not into it. I'm still trying to plop some train stuff in here. But yeah, we'll be back to our regular programming on next week's show. So I get it if you don't like it. It's okay. I won't be offended if you leave. In some buildings, they have a plug on the bottom of the buildings. I just don't know about the HO buildings. Okay. It's not about the Menards buildings. I still need to get over to Tractor Supply. I think Menards has them pretty cheap too. It's those 187th Cat vehicles and the lowboy trailers and that. I see a lot of guys posting on these Facebook groups about how they're getting them from Tractor Supply at like $12.99, $13.99 for the lowboy tractor, and it comes with a piece of machinery on it. So, yeah, I've gotten better at track work too. It's not one of my favorite things to do either. It's just one of those things that you have to do well. You have to learn how to do it well. That is the nice thing about like using either sectional track or like the unit track or whatever they call it, where the roadbed and everything's all built into it. I'm not a big fan of that. Excuse me. I think it limits you too much. Any kind of sectional track, I think it's too limiting because you can't bend it the way you want. Hey, Bud Files, how you doing? Good morning. Retired electrical apparatus service technician. So, your electrical, and just like you said, it's getting harder to see it. There you go. Hey, Jason's way, get him up there to help you with it. LI Express is where the lights came from. Anthony, the only thing is you can't dim the lights. Yeah, that's true. Woodland Scenics, you could dim them. The stuff I use, I don't know that you can dim. I think you might be able to. I don't know. I get it packed away still. I haven't really done much with lighting. Oh, I did actually. Well, it's not really hooked up right, though. I just got it hooked up to a 9-volt right now. I was going to show you guys, and I've been yapping too much. See, I put the street lights in there. Those little decorative ones that we had talked about, a week or so ago. Right now, they're just wires are hanging underneath the layout. I got a 9-volt battery hooked up to them. But they're there. I got them going down the streets. I don't have them all. Well, looky here. Looky. There you go, James. Just for you, buddy. Just for you, buddy. All right, Lee. We'll see you next time. Thanks for popping in. Hey, Dave, if you want to put up a link to that, if you have a link for those lights, maybe guys would like to check it out. I throw a long cold drag up there today. I was just in the mood for that. Now that maybe we'll be able to use coal again, I'm hoping. Gotta head out. Great stream, Dave. Keep riding that train. Choo choo. Take care, everyone. All right, Jason, have a great day, buddy. Have a good weekend. Let me know if you need any info on what you're working on for me. Hunter. Okay, so you add that cowboy, Steve. So that's on Rumble. I know Jim Tedesco's on Rumble. He's got that what do you call it show he does, the Wise Guy. I think it's called Wise Guy. Kind of move the camera a little bit, get you a different angle. Damn it, Jason left too. I put it. He keeps asking me about the car he made for me, and I pulled it out to run it today. So that this train will be coming. This will be on the. This is the lower level. This is my Corner Creek Farms, named after my wife's grandparents had a little farm. It was called Corner Creek. Corner Creek Farms. So that's what I did. You should be getting free eggs from a chicken neighbor. Yeah, I should. I should go over there and strong arm them. Fresco, I love Unitrack. Can change things around if I feel like it. Okay. All right, let me go find you, Steve. Oh, now I'm getting texts for you've been chosen to represent your area in a post-election focus group. I didn't answer any of your shit before the election. Why am I going to go after the election? There we go. Throw a bunch of boxcars up on this one, along with those. On the end of this train you're seeing here are the. Well, these are mainline boxcars, the 60-foot high cubes, but they're at the end of this train is going to be those 72-foot Walther mainline refrigerated units. We get to see those. Rumble. All right, search. And there's Jason's car that he did for me. Graffitied it up and sending it to me. Yeah, those four there, the new Walters ones. Not bad at all, man. I mean, you know, they roll great. They come with metal wheels, metal couplers. Pretty well detailed. I mean, you know, they're 32 and basically $33 I got them for through Walters. Actually, I think it was less than that because I got them on the pre-order price. So it's like $1 or so less than that. I'm supposed to have a sync mode that automatically uploads anything I load to YouTube, but I see it hasn't been working. Right, so let me see here. Go back to your other comment. Cowboy Steve at Cowboy Steve. Is that how you have to type it in? Use the @ sign. Yeah, just one follower. Let's see. All right, I'm going to follow it. You make a peppermint chocolate cake 9 months ago? All right. Yeah, I was going back and forth between. I was watching on YouTube election night coverage on the Daily Wire show, and on Rumble I had Dan Bongino up. Yeah, it's kind of hard, but I got it. Yeah, I'm caught up too. I was. This helps anyone with FlexTrack. I use a curve that is already done as a template for the curves on the rest of the layout. Yeah, that's not bad. Thanks, Curly. Yeah, I use those sweepsticks from Fast Tracks as well. All right, Anthony, go do some work, buddy. There is the site for the lighting system. Thanks, Dave. I'm actually going to go to that on my phone. I can't click on it in this thing, but I can bring it up and look at it later on. Yeah, that's real similar to what I use. I know Joe Rader uses something similar, I think, as well. Now, are they local, Dave, or is that got to come from China? They have a local warehouse or anything? That's the bad thing. Sometimes you order from these other. Yep, Tom is it? Okay. Well, I'm me and Tom now. I didn't mean that to sound mean, by the way. I just want to make sure that's the one that I got that I was looking at. My almost famous peppermint chocolate cake with peppermint buttercream icing. All right, I'm gonna check that out because that sounds like delicious. I know you can't have any this year because you're on the what do you call it, diet, carnivore diet. But maybe I'll make it and have a piece for you because I need more cake. Okay, James. Thanks for coming in. We will see you next time. Yeah, go ahead and click on that while the show is still up because I don't. Well, I guess it could. Whenever the chat actually is able to be seen after I publish it, I don't know. It doesn't feel like the chat doesn't come through later, even later on. Hey, Matt, people are actually calling a crisis line over an election. Wow, good morning. Ah! Well, listen, you got to remember that faction of people does not really deal with things well. I've never seen more people on anti-anxiety meds and all this kind of stuff. They just can't deal with life. They live in such an unreality with the cell phones and video games and all that kind of stuff, and they believe these lies and everything that the media tells them that they don't even try to research anything. Their eyes are showing them one thing, but they're being told something else, and they don't believe what they're seeing. So they have no coping mechanisms whatsoever, no healthy ones. I love watching those videos of people, the liberal tears and all this kind of stuff, people losing their shit over this. I think some of it's bullshit. I think some of it is people trying to get clicks. So they put their own little things up that they're freaking out, and they do it intentionally. You know what I mean? Some of them might be real, but I think there's some of them that look so phony the way that they're done. At least for their sake, I hope they're just being, ridiculously phony about it. Generation that were brought up by helicopter parents who can't handle anything outside their narrow view of the world. Yep. They live in a bubble, their own little echo chamber, and they don't look at anything other than that. They have no life experience, a lot of them. You have some older people, I was like, what the hell are you thinking? But the younger folks, they don't really have enough life experience to really understand. Hey, Brad, good morning. Yep, yeah. Yeah, I really think that that's the truth, Adrian. It's fun to watch him. It's funny as hell, but some of it I think is a little ridiculous. Again, it's intentional. John Train BFGR, how are you? Good morning. Kind of came in right here at the last minute. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're not wrong. Mm-hmm. Sad to say, well, not to that extent. My daughter's bought into that stuff. She was a Kamala person. Yes, her store withdrawals. And I hope you guys find something fun. So W said hi, or we said hi. Um, her thing was the abortion. She's big on that, and you know, I think there's times where it's tough when you have a belief in something and you can't understand why other people don't see it that way. We're going through 4 years of that, Hopefully, we'll be putting that back in check. But like, I can't understand how people can see that candidate of theirs and not understand that she has no substance. She is. What did she have going for her? A female of color. That's all that they had. And they do so much of that identity politics, especially on that side. But we're the racists, and we're this, and we're that. But it's like, that's all you guys talk about. Everything is based on the DEI bullshit. So I don't know who's the racist here. So, anyways, here's the thing in the A world. Biden and Harris both said they would reinstate Roe versus Wade, but they can't. The Supreme Court. And Trump didn't get rid of it anyways. He said he wouldn't put a national ban on it, and he didn't get rid of it. That was at the Supreme Court that was finally ruled on bad law that should have never been put into law to begin with. It was unconstitutional from the day it was put in. There's been, law scholars that have written on how there's bullshit law. So they finally said, it's done, it's gone. And it went back to the states. And most states, mine included, had voted for abortion on demand, basically. And it's funny how those same people, my body, my choice, said, you don't have a choice, go get the jab. It's not your body. You're killing grandma. Scare tactics, everything else. But when it comes to this, it's their body, their choice. And I said it before that, yeah, absolutely. It's, I stress this to my son, especially my son, my daughter too. There are circumstances where I can understand somebody feeling abortion is necessary with rape, incest, health of the mother. I'm not closed-minded to it completely. I don't agree with it for the biggest part. But like I stressed to my son, as a male, you have no say in it. None. You're gonna pay either way. So whether you want it and she doesn't, you have no say. If she wants it and you don't, she's keeping it and you got to pay. So to break it down in those kind of simplified terms, don't be stupid, don't fuck up. There's three things. I don't remember who it was. Who the hell said it? Who was the guy? Dr. Rush Limbaugh would have him on once in a while. He was a black guy, the PhD doctor. What the hell was his name? Not the co-host. Not Sturdley. think he's still alive. Anyways, I think it was him that said, "There's three things you could do to allow yourself success: graduate high school, don't have kids out of wedlock, and stay away from drugs and alcohol. Like, don't get addicted to those things." It's all easier said than done, like as far as addiction and that goes. But I mean, thank you. Well, Ben Carson said that, but it wasn't Ben Carson. It was somebody else that he would have on. He was always funny. He always joked about buying his wife a vacuum cleaner or something for Christmas. Oh shit! What was his name? It's gonna bug me now. He was very like monotone kind of guy, but he was fun, a very dry humor. She was false wannabe. I'm black and it wasn't racist. 4 years and nothing from her. Last 3 months, concert campaign. Yeah, and it's funny when these rich people on both sides endorse and say, "Oh, you don't know nothing, man." Maybe some of them that came up from nothing maybe would remember the way they came up, but they don't know us. They don't know what we go through on a daily. They're rich. Taylor Swift isn't going to feel any of that economics that's coming from them, that would have been coming from them. They're not struggling. She's going to go home to her gated community, her mansion with armed guards and everything else, and not feel any of it. But she's going to tell you what to do. Yeah, well, they're definitely empty vessels, and neither one of them can, And then she flat out lied to you for all that time. I mean, I like beer too, but I'm talking about a true addiction where you're in alcoholism and your life is messed up because of it. Same thing with drugs. And all this legalizing of marijuana. You don't think they're trying to dumb this fucking country down even more than it is? If you're high, you can't think right. That's a whole nother subject. I feel for you, man. I feel for her. It's not something that people want, that she wanted. And she probably doesn't want to be that. It's the demon, man. It's a true demon. And it doesn't let go easy. Thank God, knock on wood. Food, I consider food an addiction, so I am addicted there. I mean, yeah, you need food to survive, but you don't need it in the excess that I do. So I mean, there's that, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I mean, I realize I'm not overweight because I have a genetics problem. I like to eat, so I mean, at least not totally for a genetics issue. It's horrible, man. It's horrible. It literally is a demon. Drugs, alcohol, and they get that foothold, man. It's like that's an addiction. It really is. Is it really a bad one, though? No, just kidding. And that's another thing. The last week, they're over there telling women, vote for Harris. Just lie to your husband. Lie to your husband. Lie to your wife. Lie to your husband. What the hell is that? That's what they think of marriage. They have there's no sanctity in marriage. They could care less. They're trying to, if your wife lies to you about something just in general, I mean, that's kind of like a break of trust, right? Especially depending on how bad of a lie it is, And it's it just goes to show what they think of. Because here's the thing: you have to have strong families, which have tried to destroy the families for 50 years, to have a strong republic. You have to have something to fight for and to believe in. They try to take religion out of everything, break up families, rewarding people for not having a husband or a man in the household, you know, single motherhood, all that kind of stuff, you know. I am woman, hear me roar, but then they're miserable, a lot of them. Whatever, I got to get out of here. I got too much to do today, but Brad, what do you think about what's going on here? Well, what is your elections up there? Can we finally get rid of this friggin' other communist that you have up there? Fiction ruled my brother. He was an alcoholic, lost his driver's license for 30 years and been to jail over it. Yeah. No, I get it. I got like a second cousin like that where been in and out of jail. Life's basically been ruined. Addicted to drugs and alcohol. You know, gone to jail for robbing gas stations and shit like that. It's bad. And it's not because he was originally a bad person. I don't think he's a bad person now. I think it's the shit takes over, man. You know, and when you come out of the system and there's no like path forward, no assistance forward to help keep you clean and to help you get work and to help you move on with your life, you end up going back to are you in New Zealand? I thought you were up in Canada. My bad. Because isn't Canada, isn't their election coming up too? I get terrified of Trump. Because he's a little weasel. Yeah, I don't know much about New Zealand's government at all. For some reason, I thought you were in Canada, not New Zealand. The guy High is in New Zealand, isn't he? Hey, man. Policing will be turned back on. Yeah. Yeah, man. Can we start refunding the police again? I'm not saying they don't maybe need some extra training and this and that. That's fine. The land of Middle Earth. But, yeah, I mean, just from my PTSD diagnosis and subsequent depression, including almost committing suicide. Oh, man, sorry to hear that. I'm glad to hear it, but sorry that you had to go through that. Thank God, Daly, you didn't turn to drugs. Yeah, because that would have made it worse, you know. I'm sure. It's awesome, man. Congratulations on that. YouTube removed one of my videos because I did with Faith in Jesus on my other channel, my faith channel. Because they hate that. They want government to be your God. Next year for Canada, unless the government loses a non-confidence vote. Why, is that something they're looking to do, John? A non-confidence vote? Who you guys got up there running? Who's that one guy in Parliament? It starts with a P. He seemed kind of Trump-like. I watched a couple of videos of him dealing with the press and how he kind of made them look like fools. Kind of pulled a Trumpian type move. You know, basically called them fake news. Yeah, same, Rick. Glad you got through all that. Shut up, Steve. I take it all back. There you go, Grandpa Rose. That's what it was. Pierre, yeah, whatever. The French guy. French name. Poliver. I like that guy. I don't know a whole lot about him, but I like some of the things, the clips I've seen of him. Basically telling the press that they're full of shit. That one that he was eating the apple, he like takes it right back to him, man. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Something like that. But that's what I was thinking of. And he basically turns the question back on them. Why are you? What does that have to do with anything? Kind of thing, It's funny. I'm gonna shut these trains down, and I'm gonna call it a day. So I got a haircut here soon, 11 o'clock. And I want to get out and get some of these leaves raked up and stuff after that. Hopefully that'll be it for me now. The leaves are basically gone. Thing of it is, they'll sit there forever before they come and pick them up again. Then the wind blows them all back in the damn yard. That's to drive me insane. All right. That's true. That's true. Such a very unintimidating language. Like Russian and German, man, you think you're getting cussed out and they could be telling you they love you, but it sounds like they're trying to kill you by the sound of yeah, I saw Rick, by the sound of the tone of their shit. Yeah, I saw that somewhere. I love that. A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi. That's funny. I won't focus, but that's funny. And I kind of, as upsetting as it was when he lost in 2020, but I think it needed to happen that way. I think it needed to happen so people could see, can just get their eyes, at least, because we grabbed a lot more people than what we thought we would, I think. People that were on the fence, independents. I mean, I think Kennedy coming over really helped with independence too. And Adrian, have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, all that stuff. Thanks for coming in, man. Good to see you. Definitely, yeah, Steve, a wake up call. If you're talking about politics, it's definitely a wake up call. It made people really realize how entrenched the deep state really is. And whether he's able to do anything about it or not, I really don't know. I think he can maybe slow their roll a little bit on things, but I don't know. Yeah, too big to rig. We had to. In all that early voting, I was watching something where they were saying they feel that because we came out so en masse for early voting, and the nice thing was we didn't poach our voters from election day, because that kind of worried us too. Was worrying me a little bit was that we were taking all of our election day voters and having them vote early. I mean, that's what I did. I went early and voted. I was just worrying that more of us were doing that and we wouldn't have enough people to pick up on election day to carry us over the line, But it turns out a lot of new voters, a lot of, independents, a lot of crossover voters. Because I don't know that all of the Democrats voted for her, They either sat out, some of them voted for her, some of them I think voted for Trump. You probably got some Republicans to do the same thing. But I don't know. Well, I think we had to have this 4 years of this economy and all this craziness go on where people were finally like, hey, wait a minute. There's enough is enough now. Yeah. And that's the thing, especially if we could pull it off in the House, complete sweep. People spoke, said, fuck you guys. I don't like what you got to do, what you got to sell. We ain't buying it no more. You know what I mean? And that gives kind of a mandate almost going forward for Trump, and that he can hopefully get some of these things done. I think we have to continue to vote these rhinos out and primary them out when they're up to get people that are going to vote for the party and for our beliefs. Republicans, that's the problem. Even when they get the majority, they lay over, they bend over, they take it, let the Democrats run over them. Democrats don't do that, man. Nancy cracks the whip on them people, man. They don't do that. They vote down that party line no matter what. It can be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, right. We can actually have a constitution, not not their threat to democracy. I love how they turn everything around on us, saying that Trump and us and our way of life is a threat to democracy, and it's all of them. Everything they do. That's funny. Camel toe. Trump already saving you money. That's right. Somebody posted. A friend of mine at work says, "Yeah, man, my 401k already jumped $2,000 overnight." Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but you keep that son of a bitch. We don't need him running the country. And that's the sad thing about it. Like Daryl and I were talking the other day, and it's like he's like, yeah, I want Trump to win. I'm voting for Trump and this and that, but he's still living in California, so it's almost like it doesn't even matter for him. He's still under a communist regime. You know. Then the dumbasses vote Pelosi back in. I was like, what the hell? What's wrong with them people? I mean, it's like a walking mummy. I mean, how do you keep voting? Term limits, man. We need term limits. This is ridiculous. I think freaking Turtleneck is stepping down. McConnell. I mean, I think it's about time. I mean, how many times has he stroked out in press conferences? Right on camera. I mean, that could be. I kind of wondered that myself, They didn't want to waste a short campaign season on a better candidate. Like they feel Newsom would be better, maybe Shapiro. Um, they saw that Biden wasn't going to win this thing, and Biden was down, like especially after that debate. He had lost so much, so they needed the money that comes along with winning the primary, which Biden Harris won the primary. So technically, they couldn't. If I understand it right, they couldn't take that money and use it on a Newsom or whoever else because that money was slotted for that winner of the primary. So this woman's never won a thing in her life. She's been handed shit like vice president, and then this presidential run. Yeah, I think he'd have had a better chance. She'd had a better chance of winning Pennsylvania if Shapiro would have been the guy. I don't know how bad is Shapiro. I don't. I'm not. I know he's a Democrat, but I don't know how left he is. Hey, Chris. Yeah, I don't know if Newsom. Well, Blue's going to vote blue no matter what. That in Harris's ego, he would have made her look even dumber than she does now. Yeah. Well, if Shapiro was there, yeah. That's why they picked Tampon Tim. The guy's a fucking moron. He's as dumb as she is. Come on, Minnesota. What the hell, man? I'm kind of surprised by that with Minnesota. What the brains are frozen up there or what? I mean, even when Reagan had 49 states, Minnesota still voted for Mondale. Was it Mondale? I think it was Mondale. Hey, Ed. You guys both, you and Chris came in now. I'm trying to get off of here because I got to go get my hair cut here at 11. So I got to get off so I can get ready to go do that. Yeah, maybe. Plus, Shapiro is Jewish, so they're hoping to keep the Muslim vote, which they kicked her to the curb, man. If I'm not mistaken, like especially up in Michigan. I mean, they came out endorsing Trump, and they think they voted pretty strongly for Trump. I don't know the exact numbers. Maybe you guys up in Michigan would know, but um, you know, it's all a game to them. But politics is a game if you think about it, and both sides do it. But you're not wrong. Our women are way better looking than our women, I gotta say. Okay, well, if you don't want to talk politics, I did a lot of politicking today, just celebrating the awesome victory we had here on Tuesday. So, no offense if you don't like it and don't want to watch, it's okay. I wouldn't be offended, but just so you know, there was a lot more politic talk in here today than normal. So, just a heads up there. If you don't want to waste your time, you know what I mean? Yeah, closer than I thought it was going to be in Michigan, to be honest with you. What about the senator there? That's one of the ones that's still out there, or not? Yeah, senator. Because was it Brown? Is that his name? Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Just what level of crookery? You know, how bad of a crook are they? Some are a little less crookery. I'm excited that Marino won here in Ohio. Got rid of Sherrod Brown, who's been in office, I don't know, 31 years. I mean, it's just like, that's too long, man. It's like, my God, there should be term limits. And also cognitive tests, public cognitive tests, not shit that, oh, yeah, he passed. No, I want to see it. I want to see it. In fact, make them take it on video, live, ask them the questions live. So we can see this bitch hit it. Oh, he's fine. All the TV channels too, all the MSDNCs and all them. No, he's Joe Biden's the best he's ever been. The guy can't put two words together. He's the best he's ever been. You know what I mean? It's like, what the heck? Yeah, I know. And she's stunning. She's just stunning, that woman. But you had Big Mike on. Mike. On all the magazine covers and Camel Toe and everybody else, you know, and Jill Biden, the phony doctor. I don't know, man. It's definitely a deep state. Yeah. So we'll see what can be fixed and what can't be. I don't know. It's going to take a minute. Daryl sent me this. Derailed Daryl. Taking out the trash. Boy, I'll tell you what, he's on top of that shit, man, with the garbage truck and everything, you know. Oh yeah, all the time. Even like Laura Bush and that she was on, I'm pretty sure. Joe Biden's a lifelong babysitter, yeah. And Camparillos, I mean, it's sad. The guy's got dementia. It's a horrible disease. But shame on her for allowing him to be paraded around and put out there like that. They needed to remove him then. You know, a year or two ago. He was already showing signs of it in 2020. It's just so sick to me. It's definitely like elder abuse. I mean, I would never let that happen to my wife. That's just not acceptable, man. These people are just power crazy. Lately, he's been a puppet from the time he got in. He was put in for that reason, just so I believe Barack Obama's third term. Yeah, sorry, John. I know, man. Thanks, anyways, for coming in. I know it's not my normal gig, man. So I'll be back to normal next week. If you choose to tune in, I appreciate it. If not, I understand. No offense taken. I knew what I was getting into when I started the show today. So, anyways, with that being said, I seriously got to get going because I got to get to the damn barber shop. So, I'll talk to you guys next week, those that choose to come back. And if not, that's okay too. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.